for the first time on WJJ News.
Tonight we are talking about a very serious worldwide issue, human trafficking.
United Nations Protocol to Prevent, Suppress, and Punish Trafficking in Persons describes human trafficking as the recruitment, transportation, harboring, or receipt of persons by means of force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of exploitation. A grim fact is that for every 1,000 people, more than 5 are victims of human trafficking.
That equates to over 35 million people across the world. 25% of these victims are age 17 or under. While many of the victims are used for sexual exploitation, 81% of victims are used for forced labor.
Breaking news today, Wisconsin man sentenced 21 years for sex trafficking girls and young women.
Paul Carter, 47, of Milwaukee, pleaded guilty to 4 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit forced labor and sex trafficking.
Agent James M. Gibbons made a statement saying, "This case is an example of the ruthlessness of human traffickers who are willing to do anything, including victimizing women and girls, to make money." And, "Human trafficking is modern-day slavery, and HSI will continue to collaborate with our community partners to bring justice to those impacted by this terrible crime."
Carter used a combination of physical and mental violence.
For example, on one occasion, Carter used a heated wire to brand a P on a victim to demonstrate that he owned her. And now we're going to call the Pope to see what he has to say.
Good afternoon, Pope. We understand you are here speaking on behalf of the USCCB.
Yes, the USCCB sees human trafficking as an action that violates the sanctity, dignity, and fundamental rights of the human person. Church also recognizes that human trafficking is a worldwide issue that affects all demographics and types of people.
Okay, thank you for your time, Mr. Pope.
Now we are going to dive into the Bible's views on this topic.
Well, Luke doesn't ever outright talk about human trafficking. However, he consistently supports the weak and oppressed, so we can conclude that he would support the victims of human trafficking.
Earlier scripture gives us more clear indications of their ideas.
Exodus 21:16 clearly states, "Whoever kidnaps a person, whether that person has been sold or is held in possession, shall be put to death."
This shows the Old Testament writers were strongly against human trafficking.
True to Isaiah can also show us what Old Testament authors thought in this issue.
Isaiah 61:1 says, "He has sent me to bring good news to the oppressed, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives."
This demonstrates that the author of Isaiah would be against human trafficking in all forms of modern slavery.
Okay, that is all for the WJJ News.